Welcome to the California Immunization Registry Training video, Vaccine Inventory Transfers. CARE Transfers Training Objectives. First, a reminder of VFC transfer protocol, how to initiate a transfer, how to accept or reject a transfer, view current and historical transfers. VFC transfers. All requests to transfer VFC vaccines to another provider or to return VFC vaccines to the program must be submitted online through your MyVFC Vaccines account prior to physically transferring or returning vaccines. The VFC program's online system will review and approve your transfer based on the provider's current status with the program. Transfers can only occur between active VFC providers in good standing. Suspended VFC providers will not be allowed to receive vaccines from another VFC provider. Transferring viable vaccines should only occur during limited situations, such as during a long-term power outage or vaccine storage equipment failure. Routine transfers of vaccine is not recommended. Follow recommendations for proper refrigerated vaccine transport or frozen vaccine transport. For VFC returns, a VFC return form must be submitted for doses that are wasted, spoiled, or expired. The transfer function of CARE is used to transfer vaccines between different organizations. To begin, click Manage Transfers under Inventory on the menu panel. The Manage Transfer page shows outbound transfers initiated by your organization, inbound transfers sent to your organizations, and historic transfers that have been completed. To create a new transfer, click the New Transfer button. Your organization will automatically be entered in the Sending Site drop-down list. You will next search for the organization that will be receiving the vaccine. Note, there are a variety of ways to help narrow the search by selecting search criteria in the search field. Entering a subset of the organization's name will allow you to select from a list that met that criteria. Note, if a receiving organization is selected and their vaccine delivery information is not complete, the following message will display. Transfer cannot be created. Receiving organization must have a vaccine delivery contact and address. You will need to contact the CARE Help Desk for further assistance if you receive that message. You have the option of selecting active or non-expired or inactive or expired inventory to display. This is what will be available to transfer. For this example, we will be using the default of active and not expired. Enter the quantity of each vaccine you want to transfer in the Transfer Quantity column. Each row will then display also the trade name, vaccine group, lot number, quantity available, active, funding source, and expiration date for the vaccine you have in inventory. When all transfer items have been identified, click the Save button. The message, Saved Successfully, displays in the upper right. The transfer item or items are now listed. You can modify the quantity by typing in a new value in the Transfer Quantity field. You can remove any transfer item by checking the Remove checkbox next to the item and clicking the Save button. Once all changes have been made, you must click the Packing List or Label button before you will be able to ship your transfer. The packing list is generated in a new screen. The shipping addresses for sending and receiving organizations display at the top of the packing list, and the transfer items are shown below. Please include a packing list with the shipment whenever you transfer vaccine. To return to the Show Transfer page, Close the pop-up window by clicking the X in the upper right corner of the window. To complete your transfer, you must click the Ship button. Otherwise, your transfer will be saved but not available to the receiving organization. As a final review before completing the transaction, the same information from the packing list now displays on the Ship transfer screen. To quit now and not ship, click Cancel. To complete the transfer, enter a ship date, default is the current date, and click the Ship button. Note, you can change the ship date up to 1 week in the past or future. Just type the new date using the month, day, year format or use the calendar icon. When the transfer has been successfully shipped, the message Transfer Successfully Shipped displays in the upper right corner. The transfer now displays as the top item in the outbound transfer list with the ship date. To verify the transfer details, click on the date of the transfer, which is a hyperlink. The View Transfer screen displays contact information for the shipping and receiving organizations, the date of the transfer was shipped, and each item in the transfer. To return to the Manage Transfer screen, click the Cancel button. To receive an inbound transfer, locate the transfer that was shipped to you on the Manage Transfers page in the Inbound Transfers section. You can see the sending organization, and your site will show in the receiving organizations column. Click on the Create Date, which is a hyperlink, to view the transfer and accept items into your inventory. On the Receive Transfer screen, you can accept all transfer items, reject all transfer items, or partially accept the transfer. The screen also displays the items that were transferred to you. The system can determine whether it should create a new inventory lot or merge the incoming items with an existing lot. To accept the transfer, click the Accept Transfer button. The system will ask you to confirm that you want to accept all transfer items into inventory. Click the OK button to accept, or the Cancel button to return to the Receive Transfer screen. The Transfer Successfully Accepted message will display in the upper right. The transfer is moved to the Historic Transfer section at the bottom of the screen. If you need to reject an entire transfer, click on the Create Date to view the inbound transfer. You will then click the Reject Transfer button. The Reject Transfer screen contains the same information regarding shipping and receiving organizations as the other transfer screens. Select a rejection reason from the drop-down field. Your options are damaged, not wanted, wrong vaccine, and never received. A pop-up message will ask you to contact the sending organization before rejecting and confirm you want to reject the transfer. Click the OK button to accept, or click the Cancel button to return to the Reject Entire Transfer screen. The message, Transfer Successfully Rejected, displays at the upper right. Note, the rejection must still be returned shipped to the original sender. Until you return ship, the original sending organization will not be able to restock lots into their inventory, and transfer will remain in your inbound transfer section. You will know you have not returned shipped the transfer because there will not be a date in the return date column. Go to the Create Date hyperlink to go to the Ship Return Transfer screen. You would now enter a return ship date and click the Ship button to return the transfer to the sending organization. Note, you must also physically pack up and ship the vaccine to the original sender. The message, Transfer Successfully Shipped, displays in the upper right corner. Besides accepting and rejecting a transfer, you may also partially accept a transfer. Open up the transfer by clicking on the Create Date hyperlink. Next, click the Partially Accept button. You will then need to enter the amount of a vaccine accepted for each transfer item and a rejection reason for the vaccine you are not accepting. Your options are damaged, not wanted, wrong vaccine, and never received. After selecting the amount accepted and rejection reason, click the Save button. A pop-up message will ask you to contact the sending organization before rejecting and confirm you want to reject the transfer. The message, Transfer Partially Accepted, displays in the upper right. Note, the rejected doses will need to be return shipped the same way as a fully rejected transfer. For additional care support, you can reference the Care User Manual located under the Forms tab on the Care Login page at the URL listed on the screen, or you can contact the Care Help Desk by phone at 800-578-7889 or email at carehelpdesk@cdph.ca.gov.